Mayor and Council. If you remember the last meeting we had, we agreed to open up bidding for the 2013 Tahoe that we had. Brandon and I opened up bids today. We got 3 different bids. One from Emergency Remarketing for $1,889.18. Another one from Thurman Cagle for $5,525 even, and then from Gene Light for $8,775. Those are the 3 bids we received for the Tahoe that we're getting rid of. I just need a motion from the council if we want to accept that bid of $8,775 for the bids. Motion.
Motion?
Second.
Second? Question? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Other than that, we did have the coffee of the cop bench from the dispatcher 2 weeks ago, or a week ago it's passed by. It's kind of a cold morning when air came out. It wasn't really good weather to have that for that time of morning, but we did have a handful of people show up. We'll try to do something similar to that as it warms up and weather gets a little bit better.
Rocky did a good job.
Yeah, Rocky, he was definitely the star of the show, so that was good. Unless there's any other questions, that's all I have for now.
Not any closed meeting.
Yes, I did. Just for about 5 minutes.
Street.
Mayor, council. I think at the last meeting, we might have discussed the wood chipper that we had was pretty old and wore out. And I did call around and talk to a couple people. We found one at Bobcat Place in Cape, but it has to have a skid steer to work. So that would tie our skid steer up all day, pretty much every day we wanted to use it. Plus, by the time we bought the skid steer, if we bought another skid steer, and the chipper would be a lot more than this other one. 2 or 3 of the other places I talked to said they'd get back with me. When they got back with me, they suggested I call Vermeer because they were gonna have to go through Vermeer to get it. So I called Vermeer, and they've got one like City Line Water's got. I went and looked at theirs, and they like theirs quite a bit, and it's a pretty good machine. And the price on it is $46,500. We're looking at we had a meeting last night, street committee meeting, and the committee okayed it to spend 70% of that out of transportation sales tax and 30% out of it of stormwater. We've got places on our ditches we can't get with the mowers. We can take this and get down there with chainsaws and cut that and use this to get rid of it. And then it'll be used for streets, sidewalks, and alleys most of the time.
Okay. So, second is a motion?
I'll make a motion, yeah.
Okay. Second. Motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Question? All right. There you go.
The next thing we've had a few people call about John Curry Drive and the fact that the peanut trucks were not using the new road. They were turning south and coming back through town and driving through downtown. John Gamble, who I've talked to out there before, is having surgery on the knee and going to be out for a while, so I talked to the guy that's taking over right now. He said he was not aware of this, but he would tell the lady that does the weight tickets to inform the truck drivers that that road is for the peanut place, and that to try to use it as often as they can. So hopefully we'll see a lot more traffic on that now.
Plenty of traffic on.
Well, there's a lot of traffic, it's not truck traffic. A lot of citizens up and down there.
65 mile an hour.
Yeah. Well, and that is another thing that I don't have on here, but Terry, can we just put a speed limit up? Does that need to be voted on, or?
No, I think
What would the council like for the speed limit to be? I know 25 is for residential
right
areas.
now.
So go ahead and make 25?
Yeah, that's what it is right now. It used to be set
More.
up signs.
Okay. Okay.
We're talking about 18-wheelers and.
Yeah.
Problem.
Well, I drove down at 30, and that's clicking on pretty good down through there, really, for a semi-loaded, I would think, so.
Can it be lower than that for the truck?
Can be.
Well, here's why I'm asking that is, you know, I drive a bus down through there too. And the day before yesterday, here come a ball flying, kid never looked. boom, straight across the road off into the grass. Of course, I'm just coming around the curve, so that's 10, 15 mile an hour. And I think that's plenty fast enough
Well, it's not a
that
residential
much
area,
weight.
so,
for that much weight.
yeah. Well, it's not a residential area, so I don't know, whatever y'all wanna make it, we'll make a sign, put it up. I don't figure any of them are gonna do less than 25 anyway, so.
Could I just say something? I don't know the rules about whatever, but that's right next to that pedestrian pathway.
Yes, it is.
So I think you'd want to take that into consideration
Yeah,
too.
it's beside the pedestrian crosswalk.
And the daycare that's there, I've seen they walk groups of small kids down that path. One of them kids was to take off from them.
Good point.
You're what, 5, 6 foot?
How close are we to that path?
10 foot, maybe, 8 to 10 foot, it's pretty close.
Yeah, it's
Probably from here
close.
to the, where y'all are sitting.
But I've seen, have 20, 25 kids with 2 adults.
Well, school kids walk down through there too, when school's
Yeah,
out.
going to middle
They
school, they
walk
do.
across that field and across the road and down through there, one of that neighborhood over there, so.
If we make it 15, it may discourage other traffic from using it also.
Yeah, it's,
If they can enforce it.
yeah,
Yeah, you can always adjust it.
yeah.
Yeah, it can always be adjusted, but I think that for right now, we need to
Y'all wanna make it
lock that
15?
road down.
Make
So is that your motion?
I make a motion 15 mile an hour on
John Curry Drive.
John Curry Drive.
Yes.
I'd call it Peter
We got
Road.
we got a motion and a second. All in favor? Any opposed? Good.
Okay, the next thing is Knuckle Contractors has started doing our intersections for this year. They've already got a couple of spots broke out, and I think they poured the concrete today, so you'll probably be seeing them around a little bit. Robertson Asphalt is supposed to start, June the 15th, and they're saying that weather permitting, they should be done in about a month, so August 15th, we should have our, overlays. We'll have half overlays and, half, new blacktop over gravel. Kennett Street Department has also started doing some concrete. We poured the place today. I think you asked about Bill. When you called and asked about it, we were actually tearing it out then. So, well, actually it'll be poured in the morning. They got set up today. It'll be pouring in the morning. So that'll be taken care of there. That's all we've got for the street department, except we do need to close the meeting also.
What about the signs that the state is supposed to be putting up for us about truck?
On John Curry Drive?
No, about the noise from trucks.
Did I send something to you that MoDOT sent me something, they've had issues with this all over, and they had different people putting different things up, so they were working on getting a standardized thing going, and he said when he got it, he would send it to me, and I think I just sent that to Terry not too long ago, so.
And I think we can use whatever language you want. Well, we have an ordinance prohibiting engine brake,
Yes,
jake brake. Well, we have a jake brake ordinance.
we do, but MoDOT said that the thing I sent you had to have that wordage in it.
Okay.
So whatever, that's their part of their standardized thing,
Just
so
remind me
that's the
before-
same everywhere, so it's all over Missouri.
And
Yeah, just remind me before the next meeting.
Yeah, they said it can say anything, but it needed that wordage in there, yeah.
Okay.
So, once we get that, we'll get those up, and then I think Terry's working on something also for John Curry Drive
Yeah,
for the, saying it's for trucks only or something, so,
or peanut trucks.
yeah, so we'll get that up too when we get those.
While we're on that, was the people that poured the concrete not responsible to line that highway, or is
I
that gonna be up to
don't
us?
know, I would have to look at the contract, I know that it was their responsibility to put stop signs up and the poles and stuff, we put the street sign up because it wasn't named at the time. As far as lining it and striping it, I would have to look at the contract, see if that was in it, I don't remember.
Yeah, let's check into that.
Okay,
Yeah,
if not, we can
we
get
can get it
something done
done
with it.
anyway.
Yeah,
maybe we could
definitely. That's all we've got for street department.
A point, if I could. I know the contracts went out for Knuckles Brothers earlier than they did for Robertson. And there were contracts were signed. And the concrete people now are putting a surcharge, fuel surcharge on each load of concrete. It's pretty salty. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying we should, but we may need to look at possibly a little bit of an adjustment on those contracts to be fair to the contractors. We've been having real good luck with these contractors, and I think we ought to try to keep them happy. But we just need to see as the season goes along, we may need to possibly look at some adjustment on that.
Yeah, they sent a letter saying that their price would be, if the price of fuel went up, their price would go up for delivery. They sent a letter and had the pricing on there, what they would charge for it. And fuel, since we did contract, is gone
Way up,
way up.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
probably $1,
Contractors
yeah.
driving back and forth
Yeah.
and running equipment and everything else now, you know, at a lot higher price, so.
We have this counted into the budget on this?
Well, it's transportation sales tax, I mean, so it's not the regular street budget. We have money in there that
But
yeah, I mean, just, we could look at whatever y'all wanna do. I don't think it would be a whole lot.
Well,
It'd just be,
you know, I don't think it's
yeah.
on that.
just need to be prepared for
I
it.
think we're gonna try to keep our contractors happy that have been very good and faithful with us over the years.
Yeah, they do quite a bit of stuff for us. When we generally bid this out, there's a lot of stuff that we can't see as far as stormwater goes. And they're usually pretty good to us when they do tear it out and see what they've gotta do.